Hello and welcome, love of fooders. Today we're making ricotta cookies with my husband Rob. He's kind of famous for these cookies, and as you can see, we've got our KitchenAid out, and in here we have three ingredients. We have ricotta, we have sugar, and we have butter. And we are mixing them in the KitchenAid together, and then we'll be back to add in some rest of the rest of the ingredients. All right, we're back and we've added in our dry ingredients. So what we added in was some baking powder, baking soda, and our flour and a little bit of salt. So we're going to again now come back in and mix the cookies. All right, so you can see after we add our dry ingredients, it kind of binds up a little bit inside the whisk that we're using for our cookies. And so we just take our spatula and we move it around and empty out that little whisk down into the bottom, and we stir up our cookies a little bit. We're going to be adding in some more wet ingredients in just a moment. And actually we can go ahead and do that right now. And I think in here we have our eggs, which we have kind of scrambled together a little bit, kind of mixed them together, and some amaretto and a little bit of vanilla. All righty, great. We're going to go ahead and start this up now and get this all mixed in, and that will look a little bit more like the cookie dough that you're likely familiar with. So let's go ahead and get that going. And we just have it on a nice low speed so that we're not flinging cookie dough all around the kitchen, right? So as you can see, that's coming together nicely. And I always say this, I wish we had smell-o-vision, because that smell of the amaretto and the cookie is what really makes this fabulous along with the ricotta. We'll be back in just... All right, we're back. As you can see, we are now dropping our cookies using a spoon onto our baking sheet that we've lined with parchment paper. The reason we use the parchment paper is so that the cookies don't burn or stick to the bottom of the pan. Plus, if you're doing multiple batches, this way you can just pull the parchment paper out without having to wash the pan. You can just place the new parchment paper on for the next batch. And the nice thing about these cookies too is they don't have to be perfect. As you can see, we just want to kind of keep them all the same size. But, you know, they don't have to be beautiful when you put them down, because these are very rustic, fun ricotta cookies. All right, we'll be back to show you our product as we pull them out of the oven. Welcome back, love of fooders. All right, we have taken out our first batch. Welcome back, love of fooders. We've taken out our first batch of ricotta cookies, and I'm going to zoom in so you can just kind of get an idea. You can see that down at the bottom they're nice and golden brown, and on the top they are still nice and fluffy. They've got a little bit of cracking going on the top, which is great. All right, we'll be back in just a moment to show you how we will finish off these cookies. We're going to frost them with a little bit of confectionery sugar frosting and top them off with some with sprinkles and some with maraschino cherries. All right.